a dingus. I'm a dingus.
What happened?
I hit the BRB button because bounty board is BB right next to it, and I should change that. And it played the wrong thing. What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Hello.
It's going well, I suppose.
You suppose? Why? Why just suppose?
What had happened?
What had happened?
Oh, just production drama with Butcher Queen, and but book 3 is done, and now I can focus on book 4, which isn't due for a month. And today was a me day, which was after working 20 plus hours this weekend. I desperately needed. So
sure.
I video gamed and drank and did chores.
That sounds amazing.
Hung
I
out
worked
with
all
family.
weekend. I haven't had a me day.
Right.
I need a me day.
Yep. So I'm as refreshed as I am still just mentally exhausted. So
Sure.
Maybe once I get to the bottom of this margarita, I'll be an active member of this podcast.
There you go.
Of the discussion.
Go find the truth. It's in the bottom. The truth's in the bottom.
The truth's in the bottom. Nice. Well, how have our other hosts been, Sarge? Tech?
Sure, I've been
Cool.
great. I've been fantastic. No, I got to work this weekend because Sunday we're going to a log cabin in Perryville, Missouri. It's like this brand new, just got built log cabin, like not log cabin, sorry, tree house. It's a tree house cabin.
Whoa.
Yeah, I gotta send you guys pictures. It's
Nice.
insane.
You got,
Like
spiders, right?
I mean, I'm bringing my gun and I'll
Kill
just
it-
shoot
kill it
every
with fire,
spider.
Kill it with fire.
Be a very
Right.
drafty weekend.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. There's no internet, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no cell service. We're not even taking the Tesla because we don't think we can charge it up. So
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea.
yeah, and then of course, like the plan was to like go to breweries out there, but that shit's shut down. So
Right.
I don't know how we're gonna navigate that, but yeah, we're looking forward to just a break, a mental break.
Yeah.
Getting the-
Okay.
A lot of beer. And,
Oh, yeah.
And Scrabble.
Yep.
And
Bringing
see if-
card
and
games.
See if the relationship lasts.
they got an outdoor.
I can't play Scrabble without a dictionary or my phone.
Oh, shit.
Does this word work? God damn it! Nope.
I would totally make up words, but no, they have a hot tub outside, a place for like a fire pit, and they provide wood. So it's gonna be dope. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's fucking awesome. Ryan, how you been, man?
I've been all right. Just been chilling at home playing games all day.
Cheer.
Cheer.
Yeah. We let the in-laws keep the kid last night because we had to go up to Amanda's office and have a moment to go through a bunch of I guess boxes from a coworker from their kid full of clothes. So we got to go through a bunch of boy clothes and then bring those home and then just kind of chill. And this morning, that meant Amanda had to go into work for meetings today with her boss and with a couple people. And so that meant I got to wake up and not have to like dress a kid and take her anywhere. I didn't have to like wake up and do anything.
The good old days.
And it was Amanda and I have that realization
That's your
every
life.
time. Yeah. Amanda and I have that realization every time her parents keep Charlie, where we're sitting down and eating dinner and the house is quiet. It's like, man. Remember this when this was the huge? But you know, it's great still either way. And then tonight the kid was an absolute pistol. So welcome to the game podcast, Bounty Board. Pew pew.
The life slice of life / gaming podcast.
Let's be honest. The only podcasts that are good are podcasts that make you feel like you know the hosts. So what's up, everybody?
The slice of life. We're just gonna have to eat pizza the whole time.
That's
It's gonna be
great
a new
name for a
podcast.
pizza restaurant, though.
Just life pizza,
slice
Slice of
pizzeria.
life.
Slice of life.
Well, you call the pizzeria Life Pizzeria, so when you get a slice, you're getting a slice of life.
Terrible. Hate it now.
Yep.
Move on. You ruined
Cool.
it.
This energy's great. We're a game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Lubwub. My name's right above my head. Below me is Sketch Sawyer. What's up, man?
Hi.
To his right, the one and only. Yep, that. And above him is Sergeant Sodium. What's up, man?
Hi.
We have a fun podcast tonight.
Do we?
I think we do. Yikes, man. What is this? What's happening? We
No,
can...
I didn't look at the notes at all. I've been streaming all day and then cooking dinner and
Me
hanging
too.
doors, and then yeah. So I've I have no idea what happened in the world today. Like
That's
it's
all
been
right.
one of those days.
That's all
Like,
right. We'll cover that. We'll cover that with the news right now, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
hell yeah.
So Ben, you want to take the first one you're most excited about and talk most about today?
The nominations, or that's not the top one.
The one that
I can talk about the one I care about.
The one that you're most excited about. Yes.
Yeah. So after not really knowing the future of Star Wars Squadrons, the director of the game had a nice status update and sort of love letter to the community today, saying, up top, we did not plan on making anything for this game, and we told you that from the start. But because the community outreach has been so incredible, we are going to give you 2 new fighters and a new level. And so yeah, they did a big old press release today, big old sweet, drippy sort of thank you letter to the community. So November we're getting just a quality of life update, and then December we're getting a new stage, the first level of the campaign, which most people have played, that like shipyard. And then we're also getting the venerable B-wing, which they're turning into a bomber, which it's in every movie, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
But only the super hardcore are like, oh, B-wing. And then TIE Defenders even.
Is it in every movie? I thought it was only in like Return of the Jedi. I thought its first appearance was Return.
There's a recent one too.
Oh, recent for sure. Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't stand. The B doesn't stand for the shape, right? Because like the A wing is shaped like an A, and the Y wing shaped like a Y, and the X wing shaped like an X. The B wing is supposed to be called. It's the blade wing.
Bomber. Blade wing.
Yeah, it's shaped like a sword.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. And then buried much deeper is the TIE Defender, which is if you take one of the TIE wings and make a triangle out of it, then you get the TIE Defender.
It's if a TIE Interceptor had a third leg.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's a fighter. So for those of you who play Squadrons, they're making this one a fighter class. So this will be, besides the support ship, the only Imperial ship with shields.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that is going to definitely mix the balance up quite a bit. And hopefully dethrone the bomber a little bit.
It's weird that they made the B-wing a bomber when bombers have been such a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just going to be like a skin. It's not going to probably function much different. You know what I mean?
I hope it's more maneuverable. But yeah.
Well, what's interesting about the B-wing is so you've got the cockpit, and the ship rotates when you fly. The cockpit stays the same. So when you roll the B-wing, instead of it rolling like this, the ship rotates around the cockpit.
Yeah.
So that'll be really interesting.
I was watching The Mandalorian, and I always wondered, like, how come they never explained why when they barrel roll and they're not buckled up or anything? Like, why do they're okay? Like, why aren't they fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're normally strapped in, right? The only problem I have with that is when you're on when you're with the fucking what are they called? The Death Watch, and that ship is climbing and then it starts diving. Like they should all be falling forward,
or be weightless.
Yeah. But ships have their own gravity generators, Tech. I think that's the answer they want you to not think about.
I just want them to say that, right?
Yeah,
sure. Activate the gravity generator.
Yeah, the gravity generator's out on this one. That's why we can't fly. Like, oh, okay, got it. Yeah,
just let me know. I understand. I'm just watching something, right? I'm supposed to close my eyes and believe. Well, this is dope. The reason why I think this is dope is because sometimes community feedback works.
Yeah.
And the game developers acquiesce to what the crowd wants, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It sounds
oftentimes the fix your game trope, gets thrown out there.
Tech.
But
we do that all the time. Respawn, fix your game. Fix your game, bro.
Yeah, we do it all the time. Like those healthy ways of doing it, though.
Yeah, right.
This community is largely pretty healthy.
Yeah. And it's funny. Side note: I just saw something about community on the nominations later that they said Apex, and I was like, I don't think that's true at all. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
So yeah, this was excellent news. Nobody expected, and hopefully this is a sign of a bright future. Oh, and custom games.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we can put 10 of our friends into one game.
I would no doubt play that with you guys as as homies.
And
you said
you can change the rule sets too, so you can
play to 1,000 points. Deathmatch, go.
I'm down with that.
Like capital ship health and all that stuff. So
yeah.
Pretty neat. And a server browser, so you can just instead of just waiting in a queue, you could just go look at the games that are out there. and join them.
Yeah, that's a very EA
Nice.
thing. That's a very EA
Do they
thing.
plan on updating the graphics for the next gen?
I'm sure. I'm sure they'll do something.
Don't. Yeah, I don't know. I assume it already looks pretty great. I don't think that PC looks that much different than the console. It's a space sim, so it's not that hard
There's
to.
not a lot of shit going on
to
out
look,
there.
not that hard to look amazing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Sarge
Okay.
voiced some skepticism. And
Yeah,
we
so-
breezed right past it. What if you want to expound
So
on that?
could this have been planned?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
honestly,
Could have
like
been.
they're instead of like because they're like, you know what? If we say we're not gonna do anything, maybe nobody's gonna data mine this shit. If we make it to where it's not data mineable, we're
And they
gonna
don't have to
fucking be able to
rush.
drop. We're gonna be able to drop whatever we want on them at any moment. And they're not gonna realize it. We can be
Okay.
straightforward and say no content, and then
Yeah.
normally if you're like no content, you're not gonna make anything,
Right.
right? Regardless of what the community is gonna do, like they're still gonna play your game regardless if you give them something. So
The only caveat to this argument is that the game was $40, which is
Well-
the here's your game, leave us alone price tag.
I mean, in a way,
I know
but I
indie
also
games that are
think
$40 that gave you more than what Squadrons originally gave you.
yeah, I also think that
So-
Squadrons being $40 was them realizing like this is not much of a game. It's just it's what's needed to, you know what I mean? Like there's
I can
five,
think
there's
about
4 or
that,
5
but-
maps. There's 4 ships on each side. That's it, and they have
There's a
no
full-
plans going forward. So like,
I think it's as much of a game as many other $60 games. It's
many others, sure, but not most multiplayer games.
perhaps, but if you look at a campaign game with a multiplayer element, especially any game over the last 10 years, this fits a mold.
yeah,
You know what I
Sure.
mean? But but gaming has changed so much over the last 5 years that we don't expect this kind of game anymore. If you were to go to the GameStop or let's go back, Babbage's, Electronics Boutique, Funko Land, this game fits, a game you'd buy off the shelf. But because the last 5 years we expect live service, we expect constant updates, we expect
Sure.
quality of life fixes. So
My
think-
mind just did something weird when you said Funko Land because like I remember Funko Land, but now Funko Land has a completely
Funkos,
different version. Like Funko has a completely different
Funko with a C, not with a K.
yeah.
Yeah.
So our brains have been shifted by the current industry. So
Yeah.
I think this is a finished $40 game. This is a finished $60 game. But yeah,
Ooh, I
If,
wouldn't-
if,
I
if, they
wouldn't have
gave,
paid
if they gave
$60 for
you
this.
if they gave you what you have now for $60, you'd be disappointed. Battlefield was $60 when it came out, and they've got 40 vehicles minimum with
yeah,
unlimited amount of weapons. Like there's so many weapons in that game and so many maps. So compared to that, they owe you something. Like
I
I don't think I would have.
they probably owe you. Yeah, they owe you like maybe 15 ships and at least I don't know how many maps there are now, but probably double what there is now.
I could do
for
a double
40
the
bucks.
maps. I could do a double the maps for sure.
I probably wear that too.
Yeah.
I worked there for a little while. I hated it. Was it
Did you?
Northwest Plaza?
Yeah, I used to go to that one. I remember exactly
Ah.
where it is. I know
There's
exactly
a
where it is in
brief
my head.
chance we've crossed paths. At some
Oh, for sure, dude. 100%.
That's
That
hilarious.
tech guy was an asshole.
Like, look at this lame
He's
old
the
behind the
reason I
cash
quit.
register.
Look at this pudding boy. So the next the next thing that we're gonna go through with the news is Apex Legends it released a patch today that addresses audio issues, which I didn't experience. What was the audio issue?
Oh, there's the ones they didn't fix. You mean the like whenever we got walked up on 4 times tonight with
Yeah,
no noise?
no.
Okay.
They have hardcore audio issues. They've had audio issues, not as bad as PUBG, but since day one, and it seems it's a little bit worse. Season 6 and 7, where you just won't hear them.
Yeah,
They said in PUBG like if
oh, so I wasn't experiencing them because the experience was not hearing anything.
yeah
Yep.
right.
Okay.
They say like with PUBG, I remember they're saying like there's only 4 things that can happen at once, 4 or 5 audible things that can happen at once.
Yeah.
And it feels like that's with Apex. Like if you're in a fight, and it doesn't even matter if you're in a fight or not. Like there've been times where today where we'll just be looting and just get fired by 3 people. Someone should have heard something,
Right.
Sure.
you know.
Sure.
So the audio issues has been a really big problem
All right.
for sure.
So they fixed some of those, and there was apparently an exploit with crypto where you could throw Rampart's turret on top of his drone and then hop on the turret and they could fly the drone
No.
around.
That's
Yeah.
ignorant.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
who
that's
figures that out? Like, who's like this? You know, what? I'm gonna try
No,
this real quick. Hang on.
I
Like,
did see a Rampart exploit maybe last week where like I didn't know what was happening, but it was Rampart flying through the air, shooting us. We got her, but like
there you go.
I think I did see that.
Can you imagine just that like mounted fucking Gatling gun flying at you? Get the fuck out of here. So that's been
SOP.
patched out as well. The patch is reverting the battle pass back to the season 6 layout as well, giving each player 10 battle pass levels free of charge.
Yeah, that was weird
Oh,
to see
that's
that this
why I
morning.
had a bunch of stuff when I jumped in.
Yep.
I was like, why do I have
Yep.
a bunch of Apex coins?
I had,
So
I had to
yeah,
update my game.
The
Like,
star
I didn't know.
system. Yeah, I had an update today too, and I was like, I wonder what this for. The star system was slow as fuck, and I've
It
only
was.
played a couple days, but like, we'd have good games and wins, and I wouldn't level up, and it'd be like, yo, what? I'm not getting any credit for any of this shit. So that's changed back to season 6, which is cool. We'll see if they try to go again with the star system in the future. I doubt it. Who knows?
You know, it's one of those things where like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It was never broke. You went through 6 seasons with it. 7 seasons. Why are you trying to change it all up now, right? But
Yeah.
right?
everyone knows the rhythm. Everyone enjoys it. That's literally has never been a problem. Was the season progression, the battle pass progression. So like to rehaul the whole system,
Yeah.
something that was like almost not worth it.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. Ben, this is a fun fact that I came across while reading this news article. Did you know that the guy who played Ender in Ender's Game just joined the esports team Liquid?
That's cool. No, I did not know that.
He's been playing Call of Duty for charity. First
Okay.
Hollywood actor to go esports star. Amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, this is something that I could talk about a lot. So, Watch Dogs Legion has had some fucking issues, folks. And I've
I heard
played
about
a
that.
lot of games
Ugh.
that people have experienced a lot of bugs with, and I've never really been a person who experienced those bugs. Like Assassin's Creed Unity back in 2015 had a glitch that like made the save unstable, and also glitches that made in the cutscenes the skin on people's faces disappear. So it was just eyes and eyelids and teeth and tongue, just like talking in a void space, like you were watching The Mask. And I never experienced any of that shit. Most of the time, people have like game-breaking bugs. I'm like, I've never seen it. Now on Watch Dogs, there were rumors of it crashing Xbox One X's when it first came out. There were rumors of like a level or a mission you could take on when you started the 404 campaign that would cause your system to overheat and turn off and sometimes brick. Which the bricking part seemed to be less than 100% true, but the overheating and shutting down was absolutely a thing. And then there were rumors that at the end of the game, a Justice for Claire mission would just crash and like you could never get past it. So that sounded bad. I never experienced any of those. What I did experience is so Legion has this system that allows permadeath. It allows you to select permadeath, which means when your agent dies, that's it. They're gone. You can't go back and get them. They're dead. I've turned this on. You can turn it off if you want, but because you have permadeath, there's no save system in the game. You can't make saves. It's all autosave based. Except autosaves aren't taking for a lot of people. And I realized this a week ago, I think, like Thursday or Friday last week, where I did like 2 or 3 missions and then switched to Assassin's Creed or did something else and then got back on the next day, and I was before those missions had been completed. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer. And then I did them again, and then I tried to save and quit, and it wouldn't save and quit. I couldn't like quit to menu. It would just stay there, and I couldn't hit any buttons, which I found out later you can hit start and continue, and it's fine. But it doesn't save. So then I played one mission 3 times. One series of story missions 3 times, so like 5 or 6 missions total, 3 times. And then it went away for a little bit. And the number one thing that helps you realize it went away is you started getting achievements again. So I'd complete a mission and it'd be like achievement for finishing the Mary Kelly line. And then I'd be like, oh, yeah, I didn't get that last time. It happened to me 3 more times on 3 separate sets of missions. I beat the game twice, technically, because I just wanted to get through it so I could get it over with and get on onto Assassin's Creed. But yeah, so that's a thing. And so Video Games Chronicles reporting that a fix for Watch Dogs Legion's corrupted save files is in the works, and they hope to release the patch by Hold on. November 9th. That didn't happen? What the fuck? How did I find an old ass news article? All right, well, so that it's a thing, and they know about it. They seem to have fixed.
Assassin's Creed have some save issues as well.
Yeah, so their save stuff when you moved over to next gen is a little wonky. So, the autosave feature in Assassin's Creed not working. There is no manual save. In Watch Dogs. That's what I meant. The autosave feature in Assassin's Creed is working great. But if you manual save, many people are seeing their manual saves when they try to load them come up as corrupted.
Sure.
So autosaves are fine though. In that game, autosaves like Zing said in the chat, like every 3 seconds. That game autosaves a ton. And the manual save issues are less pronounced than the Watch Dogs autosave issues. But it seems like for whatever reason, rolling these into the next gen systems, maybe it's the quick resume. I don't know. Because Watch Dogs also doesn't quick resume. If you switch games and then go back to it, it starts from the beginning. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but for some reason those things aren't hooking like they should, and those systems are kind of falling through. So if you're playing either of those games, beware. There are some finicky issues. My issues with Watch Dogs started about 2/3 of the way through the game. But friend of the show and friend of mine, Christopher, Captain Milk Money, his issues started in like the first third of the game. So he's just not going to play the game for a month until they fix it, which is a big bummer. But yeah.
Don't buy next gen immediately.
Everything else works fine. It just
I was like,
it's
Caleb,
just
your
Watch
game
Dogs.
was working fine on your Xbox One X, right? He's like, yeah, but that's not it. It's like, well, seems to me like that's the only other thing that changed.
Yeah, I mean,
I was playing Miles Morales this afternoon, and after a load screen, it was just his head and like bare head and shoulders.
I had a
walking around.
I had a Miles Morales glitch last night. I had to force close it.
I saw somebody
back up.
swinging around New York as a trash can. Like Miles was gone completely. It was just a garbage can swinging around the city.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I threw a guy out of the missions area, and I had to go attack him to finish the mission. But if I got far enough away, it would say you're leaving the mission area, so I had to turn me around. So I spent like 20 minutes trying to web zip him into the area to like yank him into the zone, and then I like squirted through the building and landed in somebody's apartment and couldn't jump out, so I had to like quit the mission and start over.
That's
nice. The game's kind of a wreck.
Yeah,
it is a little bit of a wreck, but it's fun. We'll talk
It's
about
awesome.
it later,
It's awesome.
though.
I also saw somebody with the using the like showing off the ray tracing, right? Looking in a window and seeing the reflection of the people across the street. And because the game was rendering what was in front of them and not fully rendering what was behind them, all the people across the street were T-posed.
Oh,
They were all just
so
standing
bad.
like this and like sliding around. And then he turned around and they were walking. And then he turned in the mirror. T-pose again.
Wow.
So these things,
Wow.
these systems aren't perfect.
So they're not real reflections; they're duplicate models.
Yeah, see, I don't know if that was an Xbox One X or if it was a series, or sorry, if it was a PS4 or a PS5.
Had to be PS5.
The reflections in PS4 aren't real; they're textures.
So yeah, in PS5, it reflects objects that are back there, but it doesn't animate. It didn't know to animate the objects. So it was a real reflection. You were looking at what was actually there, but they stopped moving when you stopped looking at them.
Right.
Yeah.
To say, okay, yeah.
No lie though, playing Miles Morales makes me want a PS5.
Yep.
I want it like I
It's
like.
beautiful at times, but other times I'm like,
I know this could be better.
that could look better.
It could look
I know this could be
better.
better. So like, it makes me want to move my timeline up on when I'm going to get a PS5 to
How
like,
far have you played?
I want to say a little bit under 20%.
Okay, so have you tried to become part of the underground?
No, not yet.
Okay. So there's a cutscene with your best friend, Finn, that looked freaking photorealistic. It was incredible. But yeah, it's a beautiful game. There's times rolling around on PS4, I'm like, wow, this is flipping gorgeous. Like the fidelity's there.
Is it weird to anybody else that game's premise is that Miles really fucks up something and then Peter Parker's like, I gotta go on vacation? Like, shouldn't Peter like, hold on?
No, it's not exactly like that.
Because he did some good shit before.
The way it starts out is Miles actually saves Peter. Then Peter goes, you got this, I'm out. And then Miles messes up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter's like, you want me to come back? He's like, no, I got this. So that's actually what happens.
But like,
It's,
look, dude, you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It does feel like it feels like a sequel for sure. Like they just took the same engine, everything the same,
Yep.
and they're like, okay, Miles Morales instead of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like it feels very, very, very similar to the original Spider-Man
It's
game.
a half sequel.
It's a Lost Legacy. It's an Uncharted Lost
It
Legacy.
feels shorter too.
Yeah.
Just the way the progress is going. Like I'm
Yeah.
already close to 20%. It feels like it's going to be.
I'm fine with that.
shorter
Yeah,
game.
I've heard that it's 10 hours.
That's fine.
And the last one was like 25, 30.
That's fine. The last one was all fluff. The whole middle part of the last game.
How
was
much is
fluff,
Miles
too.
Morales?
40?
Okay.
40?
If it's 40, that's
No,
fine.
it wasn't 50. Was it 50? It might have been 50.
It's 50.
It's
And I
50.
think the special edition is 70.
For a 10-hour game? Come on. All
I
right.
mean, it's fun though.
But you
I
can
mean,
web sling forever.
and the fact,
Yeah.
the fact that you can, when you put on the Into the Spider-Verse
Yeah.
costume, that it
Yeah.
looks like
And
the
you can turn on
movie.
the sound effects separately too. So it says like Thok or whatever.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
doing it. I love it. I love that.
Yeah, that's great.
Most first-person shooter campaigns are under 10 hours. And
Most
there's also-
first-person shooters come with persistent multiplayer.
True.
Isn't the end of the multiverse about multiple Spider-Mans? Right?
Yes.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it. So why is there
Shame.
not? Why?
So you've
why is
really
there
not seen the best Spider-Man movie that's ever been
I
created?
haven't. No, I've been busy.
It's on Netflix, my dude.
I have to
Years
work.
for years.
I have
For
to work,
years,
like all the time.
For
like for years, nonstop.
For
You played
years.
Apex
Yes,
all
nonstop.
day.
I know. I sure as fuck have. But no, what I'm saying, like, why is there not a multiplayer where you could be fucking multiple Spider-Mans?
Yeah, it'd be
It
fucking
has,
great.
it has to be down the pipeline, right? It has to be coming soon.
It doesn't have to be tech. Because
It needs to be. It has to be.
One of the first action scenes in the game, you're actually fighting along with someone. I'm not gonna say who it is, but
Spider-Man.
no. Well, so that opening chase scene is.
Ninja Turtles?
You thought that bridge scene looked good? That opening chase scene, which is Rhino, who cares? Opening chase scene, not a big spoiler, but it's fucking
Really good.
great. You're chasing Peter and the Rhino through a shopping mall and stuff, and it's
Really good.
awesome. But then a few hours later, you're fighting along with someone else. The first thought is, yes, this would be amazing multiplayer.
Why is this not multiplayer? Yeah, sure.
Just have like 3 people.
Oh,
You
guys,
can't have
let's
like
just
you can't have too many
We're
Spider-Man.
getting knights.
let's
or
just
whatever.
buy
Arkham
Avengers.
Knights.
Let's buy Avengers on PS5, PS4.
First of all, can we
And
talk
then-
about Avengers real quick? Today they announced their new character,
Who's our new
Did
character?
they?
Kate Bishop.
Oh yeah,
We knew that.
we knew that.
Who's that?
That's Hawkeye's daughter.
I know. I was just kidding.
Because her name was on the. She had a name over the door in the ship, so we knew.
Is that not trash though?
I mean, she's kind of fucking cool.
I mean, come on, dude. I feel like it's not enough for me to care. Like that's not a
No.
character I care about, and I feel like they're only doing this because I made a tweet about this. Like this is only an MCU promo. This game is MCU promo because they're getting rid of Hawkeye. They already have introduced Kate Bishop, like his daughter. They already like had planted those seeds. So this whole fucking movie is just a fucking MCU promo. No, planting a seed with his daughter being Hawkeye.
Jesus,
No one's
man.
mentioned. I'm gonna go MCU fanboy on you. No one mentioned the word Hawkeye until he called his daughter that.
Yep.
Like no one called him Hawkeye in any movie until that part.
Yeah, they just call him Clint.
Interesting.
Yeah. That is a fun fact for you.
Also,
That is a
comic
fun fact.
comic book wise, Kate Bishop's not his kid, just MCU, and we don't even know if she's Kate. Well, she's not, right? Because we're getting her in a show, and it's Haley
Yeah.
Steinfeld, not his daughter, not the girl that played his daughter. It's weird. I don't know why they just had chose to call her Hawkeye in the movies and called her Kate. Like it's so weird. It's so weird.
I'm not with this shit. I'm just not with it.
Kate Bishop's really cool, but like I'm more excited about the Kate Bishop show than her as an Avenger.
I'm more
in
excited
the
about
game.
many other Marvel characters than Kate Bishop.
Dude, literally, I was more excited for Ms. Marvel and I've never seen her before than I am Kate Bishop.
Right.
Kate Bishop is like literally not gonna bring me to that game.
No.
So wait, they have both Kate Bishop and Clint in
yes.
there? Why?
Those are like the next 2 characters you're getting, Kate Bishop and then Hawkeye. And it's like, cool, I get 2 people to do the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tech and Ben, you guys didn't mention new Spidey face.
The what?
New Spidey face.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Peter
little
Peter Parker looks different now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're the actor though, like that got to be a shitty feeling if you're the actor who actually played the
Who
PS4
played
Spider-Man,
the first Spider-Man? Yeah.
and then you get replaced for no reason. Like you didn't do anything wrong.
I didn't think the old guy looked very natural.
the old guy.
Oh god,
Just like just the way it was animated. I don't know. It looked sort of video gamey. The problem is the new one, as realistic and natural as it looks, he looks like a fucking male specimen. He looks like Calvin Klein
Too
model.
handsome.
He's like, oh, he's
Where's-
so
I need
cool.
my I need
He's so
nerd.
pretty. You're like, whoa. Jesus.
It's a weird change that I don't think they needed to make.
No, you could just. Well, Nathan Drake changed a lot over the years, but it always looked like him. So they could have just nudged it a little bit instead of face swapping him.
Yeah, it's very
But
weird. It's very weird.
You know, I only saw him for a second anyway.
Yeah, he's not in it that much, but it's weird. It's kind of like when they if they're doing a movie and they just cast somebody else for the next role, like
We got
like War Machine, right?
Yeah.
From Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle, like
Yeah, we got cheated.
why?
We got cheated.
We got cheated, and the Insomniac like public response was like, "We chose this person because they worked better with our plans going forward." So I wonder what happened with the last.
I bet you homie saw the response for the first game. They probably offered him a check. He was like, "Nah, I need bigger," but he has a bit role, so like it's not gonna be bigger.
So we got cheated.
We got
Exactly the
cheated.
same situation.
That's usually what happens.
You want how much? How about an
What-
Oscar winner?
For Terrence Howard's defense, though, he claims he called, like, he's the reason why Robert Downey Jr. got the role. That's what he claims.
Wow.
He claims that he made the phone call to get Robert Downey Jr. to be Iron Man, which
That's
doesn't
amazing.
make sense to me. But
I don't know what I don't know.
he says he deserved more money than he was offered. And you know your worth, right?
He knows his word now.
I mean,
Don
yeah,
Cheadle ain't tripping. He's like, put me in all these movies.
yeah.
I'm
Don Cheadle
good.
was like, yes.
$12.
This is the
I'll do it
easiest
right now.
paycheck I've ever
Don-
fucking cashed. What the fuck?
Don
Yeah.
Cheadle says, say less.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't you? I'm
Yeah,
trying to
you
find
have
out.
a few cases like that though. Like somebody shoot, what's that guy's name? Magnum PI. Tom Selleck
Selleck?
turned down Indiana Jones. And that would have just catapulted. It would have either ruined the series. It would have catapulted him into, you know,
Yeah,
super
sure.
fame.
Mhm.
And then somebody really big turned down The Matrix. I can't remember who it was.
Will Smith.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
Will Smith.
And I don't know
As
if
soon as you said that, I thought about Will Smith in The Matrix.
I don't know if I could have handled the haha.
Wait,
Welcome to
listen,
Earth.
Have you
Like,
seen- what was that? What was that? Was
welcome to Earth.
Is that a black voice?
That's what he did in
Yeah.
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Yeah. I don't know if I could have handled that in my Matrix, but
No, you know what? The thing that we're so off topic, but the reason why Keanu Reeves was good as the dumb guy that's being pulled out of the Matrix because he plays the dumb guy very well.
stoic.
Sure.
He's very stoic, very expressionless. He does that so well. He's done it so many times. Where like John Wick. You want John Wick you want the best killer in the world to be emotionless.
Have a wooden face.
Yeah,
Except,
like he'll just,
except for that scene in the first movie when he's absolutely not emotionless and it's incredible.
it's amazing. You can turn it on and off.
I'm
there's
thinking
too
I'm
much-
back.
I'm
So good.
thinking. It makes me want to watch it again.
It's so
you saying that
fucking
live,
good,
makes me want to
dude.
watch
Fuck
it again, dude.
Firing it up right now.
Fire it up right now. Fuck it, dude. It's so
A
good.
lot of people have been asking me if I'm back. It's so
I
good.
didn't really have an answer for that.
But now,
I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm
and you
thinking
can
I'm
give
back.
me your son or you can die screaming next to him. It's so fucking good, dude. It's so fucking good.
So good. Okay, let's. Oh my god.
John
Cue
Wick
it up.
podcast.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's so good. Give me your son or die screaming next to him. It's so good.
Ugh.
Moving on. I don't even know what the last news article was about. Moving on. We got some best Black Friday deals. We're gonna share the link for everybody. People that are watching the stream right now, I'll give them to you. A bunch of these are available now because
a TV for only $1,900. Okay.
Now listen.
Keep scrolling.
Let me
it's a
tell you the
65
real.
inch. It's a 65-inch 4K OLED.
Oh no, there's one for $3,500.
No, we have an OLED upstairs, and it's a curved, and it literally is worth every fucking penny. It is a different world. Like the TV is
Okay.
a different beast. When you get to that price
To
range,
tell a different story.
When I get to
It
that
tells
price
a
range,
different story, bro.
when I get to
I'm
that
not-
price range, the TV better fucking make me dinner.
Go on. Okay.
Binge the fuck out.
no, seriously, dude. I'm not playing with you. Like it's this. Like these TVs are the shit.
Sure.
They're the shit. It's different than the ones that we have. Like
Here's a 65-inch LG NanoCell 4K QLED for $1,000.
All right.
That's
So
probably a pretty good TV.
Which company are you looking at?
That LG. I love LG a lot.
You looking at Amazon or?
The link
Yeah.
that Caleb has on the thing.
No, they're like broken down in different sections of retailers.
Yep, Amazon.
Okay.
That
you
that
can get
MSI
AirPods for
computer
$50.
looks fucking is actually pretty good.
Which one?
$2,000 for that MSI liquid cooled, the first computer you run into.
The first one I run into is the
16
Amazon.
It's only
The
got
one that
16
looks
gigs
like
of RAM.
the one that looks like a Decepticon.
You talking about the Thermaltake liquid cooled? Because that's a Ryzen 5, which is not worth.
No.
Oh,
The
no.
The
the
MSI H is
Intel
$4.
i7,
It's higher up.
yeah,
Yeah.
RTX 3080, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, 2 terabyte hard drive.
I guess
I
with
feel like
a
my list is
30,
in different order than
it
yours.
must be. It
Oh no, I
must be.
see it. I said.
I guess if you have a 3080, you don't need to worry about
Any.
how much RAM it has because the 3080 has like 24 gigs of independent RAM
Right.
on it.
Why is everyone on this list over $1,000?
Like,
for the
well,
bowlers.
the thing is, I spent $1,800 on my computer. That's almost better than what I got.
Listen, I don't want to talk
Actually,
about how much
probably
I
is better than
spent.
mine.
Let's
last
not get
week-
into this, he says.
Last week I spent $2,000 on this
Ugh.
computer, and I already had 4K monitors and keyboard and mouse and everything, all the peripherals, just the box.
Do you ever walk into your office?
Mine was
and just-
1,800 with the box. That was
You-
it.
You ever just walk into
Yeah.
into your office and go, "Damn, there's a lot of money in here."
All right, I think
Yeah.
about that all the
I think about
time.
that
That's
all the
why I
fucking
fucking.
time.
That's why
And then I take all my
that's why
money
house
and I put
carry.
it in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
What'd you say?
I said then I take all my money and put it in my bedroom instead of my office.
Under my mattress, he says.
A matter of fact, it's real talk. Aaron said something about like, what if there's a fire in the house? And I said, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going downstairs.
I'm grabbing my shit.
retrieving something.
I'm taking the fire extinguisher and standing outside of my office. Stay
Dude, I
away
will
from me
fucking-
here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Do y'all have fire extinguishers at home?
Yeah.
you have to.
I
We're in
remember
the office.
buying one when we moved into an apartment. Amanda was like, "Why?" It's like, "Do you want to die in a
Excuse
fire?"
me?
A really easy answer to this question. Fire, die, hurt, Bernie, ouch.
But yeah, this is for the high rollers. This initial, because I've seen the Black Friday ads for Target, which was kind of underwhelming. Like this is the regular like mailing ads. But I think this is for the high rollers because
Sure is.
nothing here is a Black Friday deal, right? Which is fine. If you're in the market and you're looking for a new PC and you don't want to build one, or you're in the market and you're looking for a baller ass TV or a fucking laptop, this is
Okay.
this is the article for you. But I don't think the actual consumer, like the normal everyday consumer, is represented into this
Just
one.
dive into the
70-inch 4K Samsung screen for $5. That's pretty good.
For how
For
much?
what?
$530 for 70-inch Samsung 4K.
Where do you see this? Which one? Which retailer?
Best Buy.
It's hard as fuck to find anything on here.
Yeah, don't scroll. That's impossible. But here's
Yeah, I've
the
been
never
scrolling
found
like a fuck, but it's okay. Samsung 70 Series 6 4K TV. I
Not
would love
top
to
of
see
line, but
I would love to see the refresh rate because I bet you it's I
Check
bet you
it
it's
out.
60.
Check it
20 hertz.
out. 60 hertz refresh rate.
Yep, 60. So like anything that you're gonna get over 1,000, I think right now, which is what everyone's gonna want because of the next gen consoles, they're gonna have to be 140 at least.
a lot of games
Right.
are locked at 60 frames, though. By the way,
Yeah,
a lot.
a lot.
Because while this Xbox is powerful, it's not.
a
It's
lot of
not
the stuff it can do in
top-of-the-line
4K, it does in 60 frames. But that's like the highest it can do. But you can do 2K at 120 frames, something like
Yeah.
that. And then someone was playing fucking Ori and the Will of the Wisps this week on 6K.
Hmm.
120 frames per second on the Series
Right.
X. So like some games can fucking do it. Ori would
That's
be the
right.
one that does though.
That's
I imagine
too
that
good.
game's got
You know what my
Fuck,
problem
let's
is? My
Tell us,
problem
Tech.
is I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me tell you right now why I'm mad, son. Watch Dogs Legion. The hard disk is $30, right? Do we get digital sales?
Yeah, we will. 100%.
Okay.
100%. Xbox always runs good digital sales. Like one in November for Black Friday, and then Cyber Monday they just do all week.
Well, we're like a week from Black Friday, so
Oh my god!
Yeah.
God, this year's zooming.
Thanksgiving is a week from tomorrow.
I
Yep.
gotta buy a turkey
Dude,
tomorrow. Shit.
some of these
Fucking
sales are
turkey.
ridiculous, man. Like the
Nope,
Samsung
not for that.
27-inch 1080p monitor. It's curved. It's got 4 millisecond refresh. Like that. I just spent $270 on my monitor, and that's what they have it listed as. And my monitor is better than that one.
Yeah,
Like-
I got a really
like, what
nice
are they- like-
Asus.
Just because it's got a Samsung name on it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's true
hate it.
too. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I got
why
an AOC, but all of my monitors are AOC, and I've never had an issue.
Hey,
with
I got
speaking
two
of monitors,
Samsungs. My best one's the Acer.
speaking of monitors, Ryan, how do you like living in the modern age?
Oh,
Oh,
bro.
that's right.
That's
you
why
have
you're
a,
getting.
you have a
That's why you're
2K
getting
monitor
2K
now.
the games.
Yeah.
You're getting 2K damage games in Apex, and you're getting
Yeah,
you're
I-
popping.
You can
yeah,
see
it's-
shit
it's-
now.
I can actually know that's not a tree branch.
You're
over
no
there.
longer nearsighted.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking slaying these days, dude.
Yeah, he
That's
popped
awesome, dude.
open. I was in the party when he popped open. Was it Forza? And you were just like, "Oh my god, this is what this game looks like."
I need new pants.
Yeah.
For my
Cotton needs
friend.
new shorts. Yeah, I need. That's my next. That's my next thing. Upgrading my monitor because right now I've got. Or no, it's not even that. Fuck, I gotta upgrade my graphics card first so that I can do more than 1080p. Not my graphics card, my capture card. Anyway, then moving on.
we have a main topic.
What are we here for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we here for? Was it last week? Ben was like, "Why are we doing this?" And I was like, "Next gen's here."
I ask myself this a lot.
Yeah. Facts. Big facts.
Shit. So for those of you who don't know, today the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley announced all the nominees for the awards that the show will have, which is
It's
December
all the
10th.
same all the way through.
A lot of them are the same, but I figured we could play the video for you guys if you wanted. Give us a little break to look at them and think about what we want to talk about. But the video's like 9 minutes long, and he runs through all the awards they're gonna have. And then we'll talk about what we liked about this year and what things we want to start talking about putting on a list of our favorite games of the year. So, crunch. Let's see. Where is this? Okay, I got it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna play this for you guys. And then we will talk about it immediately after. Bing bong.
On December 10th, the world will come together to celebrate video games at the Game Awards, streaming live everywhere. Hey, I'm Jeff Keighley, and welcome to the nominee announcement. This has, of course, been a challenging year for all of us, but despite so many obstacles, talented developers have comforted and entertained us with amazing games that show more than ever why video games are the most powerful form of entertainment. At the Game Awards, we will celebrate the absolute best with a fully live awards show and, of course, share world premieres of games that will define the next generation. And don't worry, the Game Awards Orchestra will be back too. Right now, let's get to the nominees. And remember, you can help select the winners by voting at thegameawards.com. For Best Performance, the nominees are Ashley Johnson as Ellie, The Last of Us Part 2. Laura Bailey as Abby, The Last of Us Part 2. Daisuke Shuji as Jin Sakai, Ghost of Tsushima. Logan Cunningham as Hades in Hades. And Nadji Jeter as Miles Morales in Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Next up, the category of Best Multiplayer Game. Those nominees are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, and Valorant. For Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. In the category of Best Art Direction, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. For Best Score and Music, those nominees are Doom Eternal, composed by Mick Gordon, Final Fantasy VII Remake, composed by Nobuo Uematsu, Masashi Hamauzu, and Mitsuto Suzuki. Hades, composed by Darren Korb.
Quick! The quicker picker-upper. Bounty.
Ori and the Will of Wisps, composed by Gareth Coker. And The Last of Us Part 2, composed by Gustavo Santaolalla. Additional music by Matt Quayle. The Best Audio Design nominees are Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2. Next up is our new category for 2020, Innovation and Accessibility. Those nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot, The Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. In the category of Best Narrative, the nominees are 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, written by George Kamatani. Final Fantasy VII Remake, written by Kazushige Nojima, Matomu Toriyama, Hiroki Awaki, and Sashi Hirano. Ghost of Tsushima, writers Ian Ryan, Liz Abel, Patrick Downs, and Jordan Lemos. Hades, writer Greg Kasavin. And The Last of Us Part 2, writers Neil Druckmann and Haley Gross. Games for Impact recognize a thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social meaning or message. The nominees are If Found, Kentucky Route Zero, TV Edition, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why, and Through the Darkest of Times. Independent games are such a vibrant part of the industry, and the nominees this year for Best Independent Game are Carrion, Fall Guys, Hades, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer. For Best Mobile Game presented by LG Wing and Qualcomm Snapdragon, the nominees are Among Us, Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, Legends of Runeterra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. For the second year, we are presenting an award for Best Community Support. The nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant. Best Debut Indie Game recognizes a studio that published its first game this year. Those nominees are Carrion, Mortal Shell, Raji, an Ancient Epic, Roki, and Phasmophobia. The Best VR AR game nominees are Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. For Content Creator of the Year, presented by Adobe, the nominees are Alana Pierce, J. Ann Lopez, Nick Marks, Tim the Tatman, and Valkyrie. For Best Action Game, the nominees are Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4. In the genre of Best Action Adventure Game, the nominees are Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. Best Role-Playing Game, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Gillette Pro Glide gets virtually every hair on the first stroke for a shave I barely feel.
Your nominees for Best Fighting Game are Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, and Under Night in Birth EXE Late Clear. In the category of Best Family Game that we can all play together, the nominees are Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash 4, It's About Time, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario, The Origami King. For Best Simulation or Strategy Game, the nominees are Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and XCOM Chimera Squad. Next up, Best Sports Racing. The nominees are Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And now, your nominees for Best Esports Game: Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant. This year, we're recognizing 5 incredible esports athletes as nominees in this category: Crimsix, Showmaker, Canyon, Shotzi, and Zai Wu. The nominees for Best Esports Team are Damwon Gaming, Dallas Empire, San Francisco Shock, G2 Esports, and Team Secret. Your nominees for Best Esports Coach are Zephyr, Zonic, Krusty, Rambo, and Grabs. The Best Esports Event, which was probably a little different this year than normal, the nominees are Blast Premier Spring Europe Finals, Call of Duty League Championship 2020, IEM Katowice 2020, League of Legends World Championship 2020, and the Overwatch League Grand Finals 2020. And our last esports category, Best Esports Host. The nominees are Shocks, Machine, Golden Boy, Dash, and Sheever. And now it's time for our final two categories. For Best Game Direction, which recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, the nominees are Final Fantasy VII Remake from Square Enix, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Productions, Hades from Supergiant Games, Half-Life Alyx from Valve, and The Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. And finally, on behalf of the jury, comprised of more than 95 global media and influencer outlets, I am proud to announce the 6 nominees selected for truly outstanding creative and technical excellence. These are your nominees for Game of the Year. Animal Crossing New Horizons from Nintendo, Doom Eternal from id Software, Final Fantasy VII Remake from Square Enix, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Productions, Hades from Supergiant Games, and The Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. Who do you think should win? You can help select the winners in all categories by voting for your favorites starting right now through December 9th at thegameawards.com. There is so much more to share about this year's show in the weeks ahead. World premieres, special guests, and more surprises as we usher in the next generation of gaming. Follow us at the Game Awards on Twitter for updates and tune in live on December 10th for a global celebration of games. We'll see you then.
Head & Shoulders gives you up to one.
What?
Game Awards will always have new trailers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, last year that's when they announced what the Series X was called, and he's been saying in the Zoom calls that I've been a part of that they have some announcements for this Game Awards that are going to surprise people, and a lot of people think that we're going to get Elden Ring.
Cool.
And a lot of people think we're going to see more Elder Scrolls stuff, maybe possibly, or Sky. What's the Elder Scrolls game that they're making that's in space?
The Bethesda
Starfield. Which would be dope. I would love to see Starfield.
I would too. Maybe we'll see in-game Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
That would be great. That would be great. So I don't want to like bog us down by going through this list and talking about all of them, because I know that most of us probably don't have experience with more than one or two or maybe none of the games. But I did want to talk about what our favorite games have been so far this year, right? We're rapidly approaching December. We haven't gotten Cyberpunk yet, which is sad, but we'll have it before the end of the year. All of us have played Valhalla for a little bit, except Ryan, who's going to get into it soon. We've all played Watch Dogs. What is everybody's... If you had to pick like a top 3 games you've experienced this year, where do they go? And list one first. You don't have to come up with all 3.
I think I'm pretty short-term memory, but Tsushima just completely rocked my ass.
Did you beat it?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm still in Act 2, but I'm on the brink of starting the
as soon as you do
mission.
Castle, yeah, as soon as you do Castle Shimura, it runs right into Act 3.
Yeah.
Boy, that mission.
Final Fantasy VII really shocked me as well. I didn't think it would be as good as it was. It definitely had some parts that it really rubbed me wrong. So I think there's a lot of dumb shit, even on a game design level, not just not as just a player like matter of taste, but like deeply analytical problems.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to go back through my achievements or something, or over the games I've played while somebody else is talking about something, so I can dig a little deeper.
Sure.
Where you guys at on the list?
So we're rather than bogging everybody down with going through the list and talking about games they may or may not have played, we're gonna give our top 3 games we've played this year. and we're
Oh,
going
shit.
we're going one at a time. So you don't have to give all three right away. Just throw one out, and then we'll rotate around. Ben threw Ghost of Tsushima out first, and then whoever wants to go next can go, or I can go.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ryan, talk about Watch Dogs, dude. You hold on. There was a
The
thread.
last
There's a thread on Discord that happened this week that was very funny, where Sarge
Fucking Ben.
explained that he was like, "Watch Dogs did it, man. I can't wait for Cyberpunk." And Ben was like, "We're witnessing evolution."
Yeah, I said who's ready for Cyberpunk? And he's like, it's like watching you in a cocoon. Like yeah, I haven't played any single player games. Like other than like I played
Yeah. Inside.
not Limbo, but yeah, Inside and
Old Man in the Sea.
Old Man's Journey.
Yeah.
Which those were fun, but those are small indie games. They didn't take much time to beat. But they were pretty fun. But yeah, this one had a good storyline. I think the action in it really brought me back to wanting to play single player, because there's a lot of single player games that you can't do a whole lot. It's just like
Sure.
do this and move on. It's kind of like GTA. GTA allowed you to free roam anytime you wanted to, and then do story missions.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, I mean, it's one way to bring me back in. But yeah, I enjoyed Watch Dogs like incredibly. Like the storyline, um, didn't exactly come off swinging, but it fucking knocked it out.
Yeah,
And in some spots, we're like, "What? Okay."
Yeah. So the end
Nobody
of that
was
game,
expecting that. And
yeah, that's for sure. For sure.
but it definitely got me back. So I think I'm gonna get Cyberpunk. I'm gonna jump into Valhalla this week once me and
Valhalla.
Jabril link up on
I will
Game Share.
I will warn you before you get into Valhalla. Assassin's Creed games of recent, the last couple of years, have moved less into a here's a map, do everything, and more into a here's a map with a bunch of stuff to do what you like. And Valhalla is absolutely that. If you don't want to do
Nice.
stuff because it's not a lot of fun, you kind of don't fucking have to. And if you want to do everything in that game's going to jump from probably being 40, 50 hours to being like 150, because there's so much fucking shit on that map. Yeah, like Anglia is huge. And I was not expecting it to be that big. And it's just covered in stuff, which is great. Yeah, Watch Dogs is solid. I don't know if it's on my top 3, but it's really
I only
solid.
played 2 new games this year, so it's got to be there.
Sure. I think that the end of the story hit less hard than some of the storylines within it. That Mary Kelly storyline's really good. The 404 storyline's really good. The Albion storyline's really good. But yeah, when it wraps up, it's like, okay, you did.
They
a
hit
thing.
hard right in the middle, and then they're like, okay,
yeah. And then there's a post-campaign mission you do with a character that I think should have been closer to the 404 series of missions, and which means like maybe move 404 towards the end, and have this one next to it, or move this one. It was just when that happened, I was like, man, these would have been great. 404 was
really heavy.
404 was really heavy, and like Ben, when you beat this game, you'll understand what we're saying, because there's a mission that follows it. You're like, why weren't these next to each other?
Mm-hmm.
But it's very good. I really did like Watch Dogs. I think my first game on this list of top 3s is going to be Hades. I know I'm probably the only one that's played it, but I know Sarge, you've seen a good portion of it watching me play. Yeah, I played for a couple of weeks. I need to get back into it. I've only beaten it twice, and I think you beat it when you beat it 10 times, you get the final ending credits roll. Odin mainlined that shit, and I beat it. I beat it those 2 times, and then
that's what Odin does. Odin does what Ryan says we should do.
Yeah, Odin just
pick a new game.
Gets a banana drip and fucking plays a game for 3 days straight.
Did he finish Watch Dogs?
I don't know,
because he mainlined side stories the whole time.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a couple days.
He went after all of the upgrade points to fully upgrade his.
Yeah, he had like 1,200 fucking tech points, and it was like, dude, you don't need those. At all.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he dives into stuff. What did we get him into? And then he was bored of it before we got back to it. No Man's Sky. We played No Man's Sky as a group, and then like we stopped for 2 days, and he built an entire base and was like, "I'm done."
Dr. Wily's castle, and we're like, "All right, well."
Well, not to dry snitch, but he does work end game while he works.
It's true. True.
Not to dry snitch.
I don't know what dry. Is there a difference between dry and wet snitch? What's happening?
Yes. Oh, yes. dry snitch is like in the windows,
my
right?
life.
Like if his company happened to be watching the stream and I say that, then he's getting in trouble. That's dry snitching. But if I call his company and I say, hey, your homie, your employee is
Okay.
playing games, that's wet snitch. It's not even wet snitching, it's just plain snitching. It's just dry snitching, which is like innuendos and like just like
Yeah.
spilling the beans.
Yeah.
And then there's like hardcore snitching like Takashi. You know,
Okay.
like
Yeah. Like Witsec snitching. Yeah. One of my favorite lines in Community is when Jeff gets out of prison, out of the jail cell. And he says, I learned that you could make, or he looks at Shirley and goes, did you know you could make an ashtray out of a cigarette and a snitch's forehead? And Andre, her husband, goes, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, what?
It's really fucking funny. Yeah, but Hades is up there for me. I've always jumped away from roguelikes because, like, I guess this is a roguelite, not roguelike. I've always kind of moved away from those because the idea of dying and losing all your progress and starting over sounds like a drag. But this is the first
Then
time
you played Watch Dogs.
That's funny. That's funny. But this one leverages like actually telling a story that makes a point of addressing the fact that you're trying over and over again. And it's very good. I like it a lot. It's very good. Tech, what's your first?
I'm glad you asked.
Apex.
Obviously.
It can be. It can be. It absolutely
Obviously, 100%. You already know what it is. Like
Sure.
I'm not going to say the name.
Why are
Apex
you
Legends.
putting that up there? What did they do this year to make you continue to support them?
It's the reason. I mean, if you look at the list of games, it's on the ongoing. The best ongoing is the first thing
Yeah.
you see on the best ongoing, and that's for a reason.
Sure.
Even during the pandemic of 2020, which 2020 is marred asterisk by it, they pushed out so much content this year. Like new characters, new maps, because we just got a new map. And for me, that's just my game. Like it gives me tunnel vision. Like I don't play as many games as everyone else does because I'm so just in tune with the
Yeah.
Apex Legends, the story, the lore, like the love of the characters, because you end up loving the characters.
Yeah.
But you get like a daily chemical release from playing that game.
It's my shit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys knew me before Battle Royale. When I get hit by the Battle Royale bug, I was sold.
Yeah. You got your
And
genre. You were like, oh, I fuck with this.
Because my genre was always sports and deathmatch. Like
Yeah.
that was it, like shooters. But this is a different. It's an elevated deathmatch, right?
Yep.
It's an elevated next level deathmatch. But combined with the story involved, the characters, the abilities, is the variation of the gameplay. Every game is different. Every situation, there's thousands of different ways this can go.
Sure.
You know, in 1,000 different places. It just always gets me. And they did a really good job this year of maintaining their stride with content and listening to the community and like adjusting
Yeah.
and giving us, even though like I think season 5 to 6 lasted too long, but even then, like, you know, they still like, okay, it's taking too long, here's this, you know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
they've just kept the game going, 2019 game going super strong this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still in the top 10 on Twitch as far as games being watched.
Yep.
And that's it's for a reason. It's strong.
It's going
Like
strong.
it's going strong. And
I think that's why it earns that, or it should earn some accolade for best community support too, because like straight up, they are agile about fixing problems or implementing systems.
they are.
Like
They are.
they tested, what was it, season 4? Right before you and I really dove in with season 5, where they tested that game mode where it was all the Evo shields.
Yeah.
And we were like,
that's part of the game.
they should just, this should be how it
Yep.
always is.
Yep.
And then
And-
as soon as that event ended, and the next season started, they were like, it's just Evo shields. And I was
Yep.
like, oh shit, like yes,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
perfect.
And like a lot of people complain about the game, but like honestly, it's one of the strongest games that's come out in the last 2 years.
And it came out so great.
Yeah, I mean, it came out just like boom. Tomorrow is going to be a Titanfall battle royale, and then it hit the ground running. It's almost $1 billion company now. Respawn is, so like
Damn.
Wow.
they got
Fully
me.
funded by tech.
Oh no, there's a lot of people. A lot of people who fund this game.
Tech's one of the smaller whales in the ocean. There are bigger whales.
Oh, they're bigger whales.
100%.
Yeah, I think it costs like $1,500 to get everything.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So that, and I want to say, and this is a game that is you guys don't even know I play because I play it on PC. I don't talk about it, but one of my favorite games this year is Planet Coaster. Like,
Nice.
Dude, that game's so good.
That game's coming to console soon too. I think
it's already on console, bro.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
already
Game
played
Pass.
it. I've already played it on console, but I already bought it the full game on PC.
Yeah.
I love that game.
You like building theme parks?
I do. It's
That's
fun.
dope.
It's
That's dope.
it's one of my passive, like I play City Skyline still. It's one of my passive games. So
Sure.
like none of these games, those games aren't on these type of lists because it's just not. But those are the type of games that like I sit down and I want to play. Like if I
Sure.
don't want to be sweaty, I don't want to be insane, I don't want to talk to anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want a single player experience
Yeah.
with with no objective, just like
Yeah.
tinkering,
Just
I'm
do,
tinkering.
Yeah, dude,
like
it's like the equivalent of like old guys on the porch whittling.
yeah.
You
Like
get a little piece of
Ryan,
wood
you
that
got
you
the farm
move.
simulator, don't you? You got the Springfield,
yeah.
Illinois simulator. You know, like you got your you know, like you got your simulators that's just like
Yeah.
you coast.
Yeah.
You look
Stardew
up and you
Valley was
play
that
3
for us for
hours,
like a fucking month and a half.
which is
we're
dope.
About to be again.
We're about to get back into it. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of honorable mentions in there, and obviously, like a lot of the big games. These are all for me. To me, these are all just big games on this list. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
what
it's the
made the
Oscars.
biggest splash?
It's the Oscars. It's the
Yeah,
It's the game. It's the movies everyone's heard of, not the ones no one's heard of.
yeah.
Well, you've done two. While you're thinking about through your honorable mentions to pick your third, Ben, round two. What's your second?
Squadrons.
Sure.
That made
What
a
was
big
your first
impact for
one?
you.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah,
Right?
his first one
Tsushima was my
Ghost.
first one.
Yeah.
And like Caleb or like Tex whittling, I made no attempt to blast through the Tsushima campaign because I was just enjoying the life. Well, I was enjoying the life of a samurai. So I would just, it was the house was asleep. I was done with my work for the day. I would go in the living room. It's dark. It's the middle of the night. I fire up Tsushima for a few hours and just roam the countryside and do samurai shit. Now I'm not liking it so much because everybody's calling me a devil and a demon, and I want to just finish the game because
Are you bad? You're bad now. Did you go to the dark side?
The
Then?
game messes
So it
with your
doesn't-
morality a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have a morality slider, but your character starts to have to do less honorable things to survive.
Yeah,
The real Ben comes out.
So there's a revenge mission, and you find out this kid who was molested while being sold into slavery. So the revenge is to capture the three brothers that did it, and put their head on a stick.
Yeah, no problems, right?
That's not very honorable though.
And then
Why is it not?
put their heads on that stick out. Like you're supposed to sneak in, do it, steal their heads, sneak out, put it on a stick, stand outside the fort, and go, "Oh my god!" And then when they run out of the fort, they see the three people that they thought was in the fort outside with their heads on a stick.
Yeah.
And
You just
it's
move
pretty
into
awesome.
fucking fear tactics. It's
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Squadrons is everything I've wanted, probably, and this sounds hyperbolic because this is what a hyperbolic person would say. I've literally been waiting a game like this for my entire life.
There were 1,000 firefighters outside. No, there wasn't.
No, I'm serious. Since the 90s, and it's not the 90s anymore. It's 30 years of my life I was waiting for a follow-up to the X-Wing series, and that's what this is.
Sure.
You know how I know it was serious for you? Because everyone told me you said this is my Apex Legends.
Yep.
Mhm.
This is my version of Apex Legends for tech. And that's amazing.
Look
I
at
love
that.
it.
Is that Poe's X-Wing back there too?
Yeah.
He's in a flat spin right now. That's not good.
Yeah. But yeah,
I would do.
It's great. Now it's getting community support. I've put 50 hours into it, which isn't a lot, but I had a book to make, so I fell off. But
50 hours in a game in a month shouldn't be looked at as not a lot. You put a lot of time into that game. You love it.
But we're getting match made against people who are 4 times higher in level. Like I'm level 50, and there's people that are level 200.
Some people don't have jobs; they just play games.
Right. But I have just so you all know, I have 2 other favorites for the year, and then 4 honorable mentions. So just so you know what I've got on my list, we can speed up or slow down anytime you're ready.
Sure. So number 1 for me was Hades. Number 2 for me.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. I just thought of one.
Okay. Number 2 for me is gonna be um oh my god, Ghost of Tsushima. That game was really good. I am probably the guy that went into that game like an asshole initially. I was like, it's like
Mhm.
a well, when I first
Oh,
started playing it, it was like okay, don't get me wrong, the game's great. The beginning of that game is very like, is this just gonna be about like
Don't give too much because I'm about to
I
play it
won't.
like this week.
I won't. But the beginning of the game, I was like, is this just going to be about honor and duty and family? And I was like, that's dumb. I've heard this story. I've seen this story. I've seen Mulan.
not only that, Caleb,
Um,
if I may speak for you, you also thought actually your first impressions were this isn't great, but it is what everything else has done before, done very well.
yes. Yeah, that was what kept me
Right,
doing it through the first
right,
couple of
right,
missions where I was like, yo, this is just Assassin's Creed 2, but I fucking love Assassin's Creed 2. It just looks a lot better and plays a lot smoother.
right.
To the point that like the combat in that game was so intoxicating, I would just go
Yeah,
find fights because it was
yeah.
so good.
I think this
Um,
game plays better than most Assassin's Creeds.
Yes, yes. And then you get to the second and third acts, and the game evolves into this completely different commentary about what it means to be who you are,
Hmm.
um, and what is worth sacrificing when you're trying to protect your people. And like, man, it
Yep.
it turns into something that's really remarkable. On top of that, the music's great. It's beautiful. It's one of the most like minimalist games I've ever played. The health bar is real small. There's no
Hmm.
map or no radar. The wind blows in the direction you need to go.
Hmm.
And so everything is just built into this world that's like, go explore and have fun and enjoy it. And you get kinship with your horse when your horse hops up. You're like, oh Nobu, what's up, bud? Like, man, it's good.
Hmm.
It's real good. It's real good. So that's my number 2. Ryan, your second.
Art of Rally.
Cool.
Oh shit.
Art
Okay.
of Rally was really good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed that
that
one a
game's
lot,
that game's
even though
great.
it's got the free roam, open world stuff, and I actually didn't even dive into like the racing at all. I think I did a lot more of the free roam. I did a couple time trials over and over again, but like just doing the free roam, driving around, trying to find stuff is pretty incredible. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Sure.
I haven't put
Do you have
I
plans to
haven't
go
put
back
many
into the
hours in it.
career?
Yeah, especially with Dirt 5 just coming out, I'm gonna jump into those more.
Sure, sure. Tech, you just reminded yourself of something. Well, hang on
I'll,
before
I'll
you do that. Before you do
I'll answer
that,
that quick.
um, fucking Art of Rally is the first time not this year, sorry, in my gaming like memory, where I have spent more time taking and finding good places to take photos than actually focus on the game.
Yep.
And that's a lot because it came at a time where I was like really stressed about shit, and I was just like driving around the countryside and like, ooh, this looks nice. How do I place my car? How do I turn just right so that I can like pop out and take a photo? And that was a lot of fun focusing on that, and I got a lot of really good pictures from it. Sorry, now Tech, go ahead.
Um, I would say that I will have to. I want a bunch of games together,
We'll pick your
a
third, and then
genre
we'll.
together.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. What's up?
Because I even know I don't feel like Planet Coaster is my number 2 for sure. It's more like my honorable mention.
Okay,
But like if I had like I want to put sports together. But I want to say that the last year I've definitely enjoyed NBA 2K21 and NHL 20 immensely.
okay.
NHL 20 more so than any other sports game. Um, which is an EA game, which is something that I never thought I would say. But it was pretty flawless game.
All right. Yeah, and you
I
got
don't
into
think
hockey because we won the cup last year.
no,
So like,
no, 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 no. I got into hockey about 4 or 5 years ago when Ben said, "Hey, do you want to go to a hockey game?" It was Ben, Nate, Rod, Nate's cousin, which is
right.
what Chris is his name, Chris.
Yep.
So it was like 4 or 5 years ago, and one of the glues I think that like kept me and Nate close over the past few years was that next season going to the bar when I first moved to Soulard, probably about 4 years ago, and like me and Nate would meet up every through the playoffs, and we would
Mhm.
just go to the bars. And Nate doesn't even drink. We would just hang out and watch hockey. Um, but this was the first year that I actually really got back into hockey games on video games since like 90 like NHL 96,
Yeah,
like or 95 or some shit.
I
And I
misspoke.
really spent
That's what I meant. Is that we won
yeah.
the Stanley Cup and then you got NHL 20. Like,
Yeah.
you've been a fan of hockey, but like the hockey went really well. You got really into it, and then you were like, I got to get this NHL game, and then you just
I
kind of
played
dove headlong.
I played NHL 19, bought it and played it, but like I think I like hardcored NHL 20 more than anything else, like more than NBA 2K, for the 20 season.
Sure.
Yeah,
I play
and just,
so much baseball that it's hard. You're making me realize it's kind of impossible for me to not put that somewhere on my list.
you should, because I know for a fact that I've seen multiple streams of you playing
Yeah,
the Big Show,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
100%.
as a sports fanatic, and I think like we don't represent sports a lot on this podcast. I love sports games. Like that's my number one. That's what brought me into video games is sports.
Sure.
It happened at a time where I should have been playing sports for the school, but I'd rather play video games. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you most of the things I know about sports and guns is from video games.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I know all the rules in sports because of video games.
You know,
So if-
honestly,
yeah.
if it wasn't for NBA Live back in the '90s, like that had a lot to do with my education on basketball and how to play basketball.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like to mention sports and NBA 2K series and the NHL series with EA. Honorable mention to FIFA because it doesn't even matter if you love soccer or not. FIFA is fucking fun.
You grab a controller and play. It's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty fun. It's a
Yep.
fucking good time.
Yep.
Yeah, Ryan and I used to play FIFA games like crazy, and then
Yeah.
kind of fell off of them
FIFA.
after like FIFA 16 or 17.
They're all pretty solid. This last one was really good too.
Now they're free.
Now they're free.
Now they're all on Game Pass. Oh shit!
Yep.
This is a problem.
It's
Zing
installed
says that
already.
you guys should start an EA Sports Hockey League club. Which
Okay.
you should.
Almighty Zing, say less.
Hang on, I got
Once-
some for that.
He wants you to stop.
Say
talking.
less.
You got something for that, he says. Dope. So in sports games, in as your number 3 is a solid.
I want to say sports is my number 2.
Oh, that's your number 2. That's right. Planet Coaster was moving to
Yeah.
an honorable mention. Okay. Do you have a 3, or you want to come back around?
Oh, I have a 3, but like it's not going to be anything you would possibly think it would be my number 3.
Okay.
Dick Beater
You-
VR.
Who?
No,
What's that?
Dick Beater
Dick,
VR.
Dick Beater. I already got that on lock, dude.
Jesus Christ.
I won't make the noise. All right. So the game that I played the most, a lot of the last 12 months, it's not on anyone's list.
Wife Beater VR.
Wife Beater VR. Listen, I would. It's not even making a good noise. Tetris. I'm a huge, huge
yeah.
Tetris fan.
man,
I have
now
all the
it's on
Tetris
game?
games. Tetris. I have Tetris on PS4. Beat that. I have Tetris. I almost play Tetris every day.
That's dope.
Yep, and that's it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go too deep into it because it's just Tetris, and Tetris is amazing. The
Community's
Tetris.
amazing.
The community is one of the purest, the most beautiful communities I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, it's great.
The Tetris community is literally wholesome, beautiful, and there's not a fixture game mentioned in Tetris.
I feel
There's not toxicity in Tetris.
I feel like Tetris is the only video game community that's got enough parents also in it that like when people start acting like assholes, they're like, "Excuse me, young man."
You know what's funny? So the Tetris championship last year, the 16-year-old Asian kid who's just the fucking, I forgot his name. I don't know his name off top. Is the Heart of Gold. He'd won and got so choked up, and the person he beat was this white dude who's like in his late 30s, and he was so gracious that he took over the mic because the kid just was so overwhelmed he couldn't talk, and spoke for him. And it was such a beautiful moment. It's one of the gaming moments that will always stick out in my mind. It's one of the most like beautiful, like just human moments that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
And
that's fucking great.
it takes so much skill to play Tetris. It takes more skill to play Tetris than any Apex Legends game I've ever played.
Do you need to start streaming that shit?
Why aren't
Get
you?
on stream with Tetris.
It's so
dude. People would be,
huge. It's so
they would love it.
huge. And then Luke, because Luke and his wife came to my house late last year, and beat my ass in Tetris. So like I'm not that good, but I love it.
That's
Tetris is a
funny.
beautiful game. NES Tetris, the new Tetrises, the one on Xbox Tetris, they're all amazing games.
I have a funny story.
Go for it.
I was living in
We'll
the
be the judge of
smallest
that.
thank you, in my smallest apartment in U City. It was a studio apartment. I was having a friend over, and we were walking in the door, and for some reason we were talking about Puzzle Fighter, which is
Oh my
like
god,
a
Puzzle Fighter
Tetris style game, but in the style of Street Fighter. It's very interesting, but it's versus, right? So when you knock out parts, it goes to the other player, and he's like, "Yo, I'm really good, and I'm very good. I don't think anybody could beat me."
Oh
I'm like,
shit.
hold up,
Okay.
Ian. I got a guy.
Oh
Here.
yeah, of
I
course.
got a guy here.
Of
It says
course.
he can't be beaten. He's like, I'm on the way. So he was there in like 20 minutes.
Yes.
And Nick, the guy with the big ego, didn't say anything.
Wow.
But,
Wow.
Ian played Puzzle Fighter like Luke and Lindsay played Tetris, where
hmm
it's doom, doom,
It's serious.
doom, doom,
It's serious.
doom. Like, yeah. It's not
It's serious.
rotate, 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 drop, slide at the end. It's not like how I play.
Yeah,
it's literally
just
like doom,
boink,
doom,
boink, boink, boink.
doom, doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy was just
I'm a
Yeah.
baby version of that.
yeah.
In the chat, Ahmed said he got one victory in Tetris 99. My highest was like 5 or 6, and I was lit.
You were like,
It's a
I
Switch-
don't need to do anything
it's a
again.
It's a Switch battle royale Tetris game. It's amazing. Yeah, Tetris is one of those games, man. It's insane.
Yeah,
But
sure,
but a beautiful one of the most beautiful communities ever.
sure.
And that's
fucking dope.
that's gonna be my third because I love Tetris.
That's dope. That's dope.
Nice.
Let's see. Is that the loop? So
Ben's
Ben, are
third?
you on your
Ben's third?
third?
Yep.
Did you use Ben's already done his third, so you need to do
Did
your
he?
third, and I need to do my third. Yeah, he did.
I didn't talk about my third yet.
Oh no, you didn't.
He hasn't.
You just
Oh.
added it to the list. I'm looking at the list. Sorry, that's my bad. Go ahead. What's your third?
Carrion.
Oh, Carrion's a good one, dude. Carrion's fun.
I saw. I feel like of our circle, I got news of it first. I was like, guys. And the demo came out. I'm like, guys, fucking play it. And then nobody played it. And then the game came out. And I was like, oh my god, have you heard of Carrion?
So you felt that we dissed it.
He felt the frustration.
No, I don't care. It happens.
Have you heard the
but,
good word of?
Yeah, of the Unholy Hell Beast. But yeah, that game is incredible. One of the few games where you get to play the bad guy.
The bad guy.
Yeah, it was great. Small team, well, Devolver likes to sound like an indie studio, but they're kind of killing it. So
Yeah, sure. The studio was probably small. Devolver published it.
sure. Anyway, short and
Yeah.
sweet. I want to talk about my honorable mentions before.
That was a typo, and it's perfect.
Well, I changed
Honorable
the rest of them.
mentions. No, did you? Nice. Ryan, do you have a third that you want to throw out in the wind?
It's in between Dirt 5 and SnowRunner. I'm probably gonna say SnowRunner over Dirt 5 just because I've had more time in SnowRunner.
Yeah.
Sure. I've
That
had
game is-
a weird urge to play that game a lot recently.
I would love to play it
Right
again.
after stream. Let's go.
Fuck it. I gotta
I
reinstall it.
think I've got it installed.
I'll reinstall that bitch.
Better start right now. It's like
Can I
50.
do
Yeah,
that from the cons- I can do that from
fiber
my phone,
optics
can
is
I?
good.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
you can start it from your phone. Just tap through the app and find it.
Just tap through the app.
Tap through the app. Tap through the app. My number
But yeah.
3. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done.
That game was really good, especially when we played SnowRunner or MudRunner right before SnowRunner came out. So like
It was free
comparing
on
the
Game
two,
Pass, so we're like,
yeah, it
"What's
was
thi-
free on
what's
Game
this?"
Pass. Yeah,
And I actually played with Mom.
yep.
And,
that
uh,
was a fun time. I was
yeah.
there for that.
It wa-
All right, I'm not gonna
I've
lie.
had-
It's always fun playing games with
it's
your mom.
always
great.
I'm
fun.
not gonna lie, dude.
It's great. It's great.
No, that wasn't like an
Even when she
asshole-ish thing.
bashes
I
your
was like,
face
no,
in.
that was a good time. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I think Ryan, did you buy me that game? No, Odin bought it. Just kidding.
Odin bought it
Odin
to you,
100% bought that.
Yeah.
And then I tried to play with you guys the first week it was out, and the multiplayer needed
couldn't
fixed
see anybody.
because I couldn't see anybody and y'all couldn't see me, and it was a really big bummer. And then I would drive places and then morph back to the spawn and just be like, I'm done. I'll come back later. But I want to do it now. I saw someone streaming it like at the peak of lockdown, and it was the most calming fucking thing. He was just
Yeah.
talking, hanging out, listening to the radio,
Yep.
and just like doing a job. And I was like,
Yep.
why did work games become such a thing this year? Like we dove into fucking Stardew hardcore.
Because we can't work.
Exactly. That was what that was the
I
article I
gotta do
wrote.
something.
That was one of the longer articles I wrote this year. The ones that one of the ones I was most proud of is talking about Stardew and how that game replaced my inability to be at a work site doing stuff with people and socializing. So instead, we were raising crops and cattle and doing things and like just hanging out for like 6-8 hours at a time. It was great.
And well, you can't do that normally in other games. Like Apex is like nonstop, move, do this and that. Like
Yeah, you're
Farm
talking
Sim,
about the game.
I can literally just put that shit on like hire worker and like do something else while I'm playing this game and
Yeah.
like just continues to move forward while I'm just calm, relaxed, listening to music, hanging out. Like that's why those games work.
Yeah, you have to have games like that in your rotation, dude, because you can't be sweaty all the time. And if you are sweaty all the time, you're gonna just like cuss people out as soon as you get a chance to speak to humans.
No
Sure,
sweat,
Like-
sweat, no sweat.
This
Yeah,
game
like
is
you
all
get,
no
like
sweat. We might get mad, but just stay glad. No sweat, no sweat, no sweat.
I love it, dude.
Ryan was like, "Boo!" Tech was like, "Did you just come
Yeah.
up with that?" And I was
That
like, "Yes,
shit
I did."
is fire, bro.
Yo, like I wish I would have recorded that.
I
Like,
did.
Oh, we got it.
I've
We
got
got
a
it.
clip of it.
We got
oh
it.
shit.
I will
Say
add it to
less.
my soundboard so every time we play Apex, I can play it for us.
I do have a couple honorable mentions though.
Okay, let me throw my
Go
number
for
3 out real quick, because
Alright.
it's one that I didn't remember was gonna be eligible, and that's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Is that the game like top 3 game of the year for you?
Yes, that game was very, very good. Like
it's on
completely,
Game Pass.
completely upended my expectations. Like Star Wars games, by and large, campaigns have been real shallow and real like, this is just okay. And the campaign for Fallen Order just got better and better and better. Especially going to Dathomir and like interacting with the fucking witch sisters. What are they called? Anyway.
I can only think of Sisters of Fate from God of War.
Right. Yeah. So there's these sisters of Force users, but they don't use the Force. They use like a darker, older
like
version of the
magic.
Force that's
Yeah.
called magic in Star Wars, and you interact with one, and
hard.
it's really fucking cool. That game was really good.
One
And
of
at
the
the end of
greatest-
the game, it has one of the best cameos I think I could have expected.
It's one of the greatest endings to an
I will not
adventure
play the
I've seen.
game ever again. So you can tell me what it is.
I will.
Okay,
Okay.
don't say it.
God
Don't
damn
say
it.
it.
It's a real legitimate surprise, and it was.
Oh,
Someone-
I think I heard about this. I won't say
Someone
what it
shows
is,
up
but
at
I think
the
I
end,
did
and
know.
you're just like, "Oh fuck!" What?
Yeah,
What?
I've heard of it. I've
it's
heard of
very
it.
good. It's very good.
Um,
And that game was really, really well built in terms of
Yeah.
like gameplay. Like it felt like playing Uncharted. It was beautiful like Uncharted, but then the combat had like this Dark Souls light feel of like
Yeah.
learning attack patterns and parrying, and some of the boss fights were really good. Yeah, the game was great. The game was great. Better than I thought it would be. And it's Respawn. That's part of the reason why they're about to be $1 billion company. They're the only company at
Respawn
EA
put
that's
they
putting
put
out good shit.
They don't make bad
Respawn-
games.
Yep.
Respawn's on a run.
Yep.
Like
They don't-
Respawn is on a fucking
They have
run,
not
bro.
made a bad game.
Both Titanfalls, Apex, and Star Wars. And
Yeah, they're on a fucking run, dude.
They're all over 85 on Metacritic.
Yo. Understand how big Titanfall 3 will be.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Understand how big it's going to be.
If it comes out.
It will. It will.
it
If-
will.
But I read a thing.
will.
I read a thing this year that was like in the last 5 years, EA has put out 5 games that are Metacritic 85 or higher, and they are Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2, Apex, Star Wars, and Battlefield 5.
Woo! Come on.
Like,
What are we talking about?
all
What-
4 games Respawn's made fucking crush.
They should have had a in this Game Awards. They should have had like Company of the Year, and it would have it
should
could have
be
argued
Respawn.
Respawn could have been one of them.
Yeah.
Or the decade, with it
Or
being
the decade.
2020. Being
Oh
the end
shit!
of
Yeah, Dev of the Decade. Then start with Titanfall 1 in 2013, Titanfall 2. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're crushing it. Let's get through everybody's honorable mentions because I know people have them. Ben, why don't you shoot through yours and give me a sentence or two about them?
Well, me and Ryan both discovered SnowRunner together, so that was fun. Well, we discovered Mud Runner, and then he's like, "Bro, SnowRunner," and that was really fun. Anticipating
Runner.
that release, we got Odin into that, and Odin did his thing, of course.
Yeah,
and then-
he had like 10 trucks like immediately.
Yeah,
Okay, dude.
You want to use this big thing that could do anything you want? It's like, well, it's not really hard now, but okay.
He broke it.
Then Fall Guys was another carry-in situation. It's like, hey guys, look at this. Hey guys, look, guys.
Yep.
You guys, hey, you guys ever heard of Fall Guys?
I don't know. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that. Fall Guys was so big that everyone knew what it was. Everyone
you
already
said-
had it.
I showed that during
A podcast.
episode, and
You saw it. You
and you
showed an
said-
early trailer.
You said there's no way in hell I'm gonna play that.
said-
You
It
said
looks
early
stupid.
trailer, and I said I'm an adult. But
You're
then
like,
as
"I'm
soon
an
as it
adult."
dropped,
And they were
the
like,
day
"Oh."
it dropped, I downloaded it on fucking PlayStation because it was free,
Yeah.
and then I eventually bought it on PC.
Yeah, that game's fun as hell.
It's fun as hell.
Caleb and everybody just about discovered Deep Rock this year together.
Oh yeah.
I love
And,
Deep Rock.
Deep
It's
Rock
just
is
great.
Deep Rock for me is like how I connect with my friends.
Yeah, Deep
Like
Rock's-
I didn't like it, but it's like I play with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 2 new missions that are really cool. There's like an oil refinery mission, which sounds stupid, but it's really intricate and interesting. And there's a new escort mission where you have to escort a tank. It's very cool.
I thought me escort like okay, never
Come
mind.
on, dude. Come on. Come the fuck on. No, you didn't.
You
No,
do
you
have
didn't.
you do have private
You're right.
rooms on the spaceship.
You're right.
So,
You're right. I didn't.
and
Ben's
then
like, I wish there were.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
my
I got- I
dream.
got my- I just got my honorable mention. Go ahead. Ben, I'm
Nice.
sorry.
and then our time with Bleeding Edge this year. You know,
Yeah.
I
Game's
see
dead,
myself
bro.
going back if it expands somehow, but it seems to have lost all momentum. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
I liked Bleeding Edge a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I did for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I went after.
Tech.
First of all, Ben, you didn't mention Warframe. I'm weird. And Sea of Thieves. I'm weird about that.
Well, they didn't come out this year. I did play them a lot this year. I really did.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
You know, with a family, we played Sea of Thieves every Monday for probably 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
least.
we played through the whole Tall Tales, every single Tall Tale that was available, and we'll probably play the next one. So yeah, those are there on ongoing, and Warframe's fucking killing it as far as content. They're not slowing
They
down.
are, dude. Like you don't have to be a Warframe fan to realize like how hard they're going.
Yep.
Like, oh damn,
And,
they're
like,
still doing shit, and it's huge.
They're still popping off.
Yeah.
Like, and they're shooting, and I love it. I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Let me throw my honorable mention in because for me, it's a really hardcore one. I've played 20 hours of this year. And it's something that kind of like blindsided me as far as like I didn't know I would like this, and it's
Okay.
been out for a long time, and like I'm super late to the party. Ryan, do you know what it is? Nobody knows what it is. And
No,
as soon as I
I
say,
don't
you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay."
Hold on, 20 hours. That's something that we think that you would like. It's
I didn't
been
think I
out
was
for
gonna
a
like
couple
it.
of years.
It's been out for a few years, more than a few years. 3, 2,
Forza?
1. No, Dead by Daylight.
Oh,
Oh,
God damn
yeah.
it! Damn it!
I knew as soon as I said the name, you'd be like, "Yep, god damn it."
Fuck.
But yeah,
Father.
like I fucking love that game to this day. Like I still love it. I watch the streams all the time. I got my homie, your boy Q, who streams it almost every day. I watch his stream a lot. He has a huge
do it, Tech.
Dead by
Fucking do
Daylight
it up,
community.
bro.
It's hard to do it, bro. It's hard.
Let's do it up. Hey, we've
would-
won. We've won with just other randoms. We've done it.
We've done it. It's hard. It's a hard game to break into at this point, but I love the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, it's like
I love the
you gotta
game,
be elbow deep
and
now.
we should, if we do it, let's do it only PC.
I got it on PC on Steam. I bought it
too.
on Steam.
Me too.
A while back.
Me too.
Damn.
And it's one of the best games for me. And the game's been out for 4 years, so I need my late pass on it. But that's my honorable mention. Like it's one of the best. And then
All right.
even if you look at, because I'm like this is the year that I started streaming, which is something I've always wanted to do, never had the opportunity to. So I watch a lot of Twitch. I'm on Twitch a lot. This is still one of the top 10 to 15 games.
Yep.
To right now. Like Dead by Daylight is so big.
Which in a way is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like there's not really a huge appeal to it, but like people love to watch it. I don't know
People
why.
love
but
to
like,
watch it.
Yes.
And it's funny, it's like you have like the Phasmophobia, which is on the Game Awards list. It's kind of seasonal. It feels seasonal, right? Phasmophobia is popping because it's November. We just got out of Halloween, and even Among Us came on a seasonal time with like like a thriller, scary, who's the killer type thing.
Right.
Dead by Daylight survived for like years,
Years
and it's
outside
still on
of
top.
yeah.
So like that's my number one honorable mention, and I pushed you guys to play it so much. We didn't play it as much as I wanted to. I want to, and
I
I
was
still get
about it.
invited to
I
play
wanted
it.
it.
I still get invited to play it like on streams, on other people's streams now. It's such a huge community and such
I
a strong
had
community.
Yeah, I had some real good experiences with that game. I also just really fucking hated being chased
It's so fun, dude.
so
It's
much.
so
I was like,
fun, bro.
this sucks. This is the worst.
Yeah,
I've had some great freaking jukes on that game. Like
The yeets, man.
Yo, I had a
freaking
yeet
oh
on
my
tech.
god.
The one on
Yes,
tech where I
yes,
spun
I hate
around
you.
and then found the fucking hatch and was like, bye,
I hate you.
bitch. Oh, it was
Yeah.
great. It was great.
It's a lot of moments like that though, and like I feel like with us, it's better if we had like a custom game going, and like
Yeah.
just us playing.
Rotating out, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we should. I feel like we should always kept doing that.
It's hard dedicating a day to it. I do it with the family because it's family, but it's really hard dedicating, especially what is it, Friday night?
Yeah,
to
man,
a,
just
to a
like
specific game. So
have some beers
especially a
and
game I didn't really like. But
well,
it was stressful. It's too stressful. And then I just needed to do something else on the side. So when you die and you have to watch your team play for 15 minutes, I can get some work done or something. Read a book.
yeah,
Pull out the Switch and play.
there's so
Like
many.
Mo-
There's,
like
there's
Mo
so
does.
many.
Yeah.
There's so many people in the Dead by Daylight community who stream it. I think even Caleb sent me a guy. I forgot his name, but like one of your
Mhm.
people that you actually know who
Yeah.
has an amazing community. Like the
Yeah,
community is
Dylan KG. He's fucking
Dylan
great.
KG. Yeah, like the communities are so solid and so supportive. And like for a game that where like you fucking have to kill people, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Sure.
you have to either kill people or survive. But that asymmetrical multiplayer game, like that really took off this year. It's taken off years before, but it really like with the Friday the 13th, the Dead by Daylight, I don't know if there's any more that I can't think of off the top of my head, but like that genre really hit a stride this year.
Yeah, and I think that there was a game that Ben and I played. Sorry, there's a game that Ben and I played for a while, like 4 years ago, called Evolve. That I think if Evolve had come
Mhm.
out now would be way more successful because it was 4 hunters going after a monster that was frequently like 3, 4, 5 stories tall
Yeah.
in this big area, and then a player played the monster, and like you had different classes that could like trap or do all sorts of shit. That game was a lot of fun, but it
Yeah.
Yeah, I
fell
played
off
that in
pretty
beta
quick.
with you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah,
Zing
yeah, I
just said
remember that a long time ago.
Zing just said it's gone free to play now, so it may be worth
I'd
trying to hop
I'd
back
play
in.
that.
That game's fun.
The genre of asymmetrical is
Mhm.
eventually going to be astronomical. Like that genre is going to be huge one day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Like even
Eventually,
like
we're
I
gonna
know
play
it's so-
games that are like open world adventure games, and there are going to be other players playing the enemies you're fighting.
yeah, it's fun. It's fucking fun, dude. Like it's a whole different mood when you play the survivor than when you play the killer.
Yeah.
Like even like our group didn't get into Predator, but like that is an insane game.
Oh yeah, that was a PS4 game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have tried that.
I think I have it on PS4. I'm not sure.
Yeah. All
That's all I
right,
got. I got
Ryan, you got honorable mentions you want us to zip through real quick?
Dirt 5, it just recently came out. It's really good.
Sure.
I like playing those rally games that aren't 100% simulated because you get a better feel to actually do what a rally car will do.
Yeah.
Iron Harvest came out this year too, which is an RTS.
Did
Oh, I wanna play that so
yeah,
bad.
I want to play that a lot.
It's very good. I played a little bit of the campaign. The skirmishes and multiplayer is, I would say, identical to
Others in Arms.
no what is it
Company of
called?
Heroes.
Company of
Company of
Heroes.
Heroes,
Yeah,
that's right,
it's like almost 100% identical. It's
Yeah.
just now you've got robots and that kind of thing that you can use instead. So that one's really fun. And then this game came out a while back, but me and Caleb just picked it up this year. And Northgard is really good.
Yep. Yep.
Viking RTS, like taking over like certain
f-
parts of land to gain
yeah, dude.
resources, things like that. It's very good.
Playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla is making me want to play that game again.
Yes.
Because Vikings.
And it's something you can pick up and move on. Like games don't take very long. They can take quite a while,
They
but
can take hours though. Yeah, we
I
did
wish
that.
I wish that first conquest mission wasn't taking on 6 people because we could
Oh,
actually
we
do
keep
more
getting our
with it.
asses kicked too.
It's 2 on 6 and they want you to win. Like,
Eradicate
what?
everybody. That's the only way to win
Yes.
is to eradicate.
Yes.
And it's like, yo, that's the first thing you want us to do?
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's very fun playing as Vikings. It's very
Yeah.
cartoony. It's got a very good aesthetic.
Yeah, I was gonna
to
throw
it.
that in my honorable mentions, and then I realized it came out in fucking 2017 on PC.
Yeah, it's
It was like,
old,
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
but it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it for your honorables?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, mine real quick.
Modern Warfare. Call of
Oh,
Duty Warzone came out
fuck.
today or this year.
Did
Nice.
Warzone come out this year?
Yep. It was in March, I think. Let me look.
Yeah. We'll find out when that is. The
Um,
Battle Royale did come out after the original game.
Warzone came out March 10th. So
Damn.
yes.
I didn't think it came
Yeah,
out
we
4
we
months
played
after the
we
game.
played that a lot. We played Modern Warfare a lot, and then Warzone came out. We played a decent amount of it with
A
Smurf
decent.
and
Yeah.
Eric and all that. So we had our fun with it till it became annoying
Sure. Until we got tired of it.
with
Until
people
we
with
were
thermal
like, oh,
sights
people with
and
thermal sights are the ones winning. That's it. All right,
Yeah.
fun. Dope. Yeah. I
That's
forgot
it.
Warzone came out like 4 or 5 months after Call of Duty did. That's not normal. Anyway, so I'm gonna mirror Ben's sentiments for Bleeding Edge and Deep Rock. Both of those games are very good. We're playing Deep Rock with the family now, and let me tell you, there's no better way to figure out if you really like a game than to put yourself in a in a lobby with your mom and grandma and see if you still
Yeah.
like it after playing with them. Sea of Thieves and Deep Rock are holding up though. Those games are fun enough that it's enjoyable to keep doing it. I feel like I have to mention Rocket League. They did some really cool stuff with their 3 seasons this year, including a season that was the first. Both the previous season of Apex and the previous season of Rocket League were the first seasons of games I naturally got all the way through. And it may be
season passes.
yes, it may be
Yep.
quarantine. It may be that I just really got into them. But I burned through season 5 of Apex. I guess we're in season 7 now, so I didn't do not the last season of Apex, but the previous. Tech and I burned through season 5 of Apex to max with 40 days left in the season, which was something. And then I beat the Rocket League season to like 130, and it only goes to 100. After that, you just keep getting random rewards as you keep going. But they also extended that one, so whatever. Fall Guys is in there too. But then the two for me that I have really, really fond memories of playing through were XCOM Chimera Squad, which was a fucking shadow drop. It got announced like 1 week and was out the next Friday and was $20 if you... Was it $10 if you pre-ordered it, Tech? Because I
Which
remember
one?
I think so.
XCOM Chimera
Yeah,
Squad.
you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
It was like $10 if you pre-ordered it when they announced it, and
Yeah.
$20 full price, which for like a 10 to 15 hour XCOM strategy game, like that was incredible. That game was really good. And then Crusader Kings, because Dent and I put about 25 hours into Crusader Kings over a single weekend. And that was
Nice.
fucking cool. But yeah, Northgard was in my games I caught this year, but weren't out this year, and so was Katana Zero. Which, if people haven't played Katana Zero in this group, it's on Game Pass now. Fucking play it. In wrapping up, I want to say one real quick thing, one real little fact about what we went through earlier. A lot of people ask who judges the Game Awards, who votes for them. I looked through their website just before you even get to accessibility and esports. But judging the games alone, it's 97 outlets from 29 countries that are doing the voting. So
Nice.
Interesting.
it's huge.
Yep.
Yeah, their group's huge. And then there's at least a dozen and a half different media outlets that are judging esports, and then there's at least a dozen and a half, maybe 2 dozen individuals that are weighing in on accessibility. So it's a big panel. Jeff Keighley's the most tireless man in video games, and just continues to keep crushing it. He tweeted pictures today of the sets being built for next week because they're actually going to have sets, which is fucking cool. Before we wrap up completely, Ben gives us a fun fact. And while he's looking for that, I'll let you guys know you can follow the show or the blog, anything we do on nerdybits.com or at nerdy_bits. You can follow us on Twitch here at nerdybits.tv. You can follow me specifically at Lubwub everywhere it's important. Send me an Xbox friend request if you're cool. We'll play games together. If you're not, bye, bitch. Ryan, where can people find you?
I have a question before you do
Sergeant
this.
Hold on, what's up?
Sodium, most places.
Sergeant
Are we,
Sodium. Most
are we going to
places.
talk about our bounties? Do we do that before or after this?
If you want, we can, yeah. I didn't know if you wanted to talk, but we just talked about games we've played all year, the whole show.
There's so much other good things that have happened.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's do bounties. I jumped ahead. Go ahead and I do identification, and then we'll give our bounties since we're already there.
All right, so go ahead, Sarge.
Sergeant Sodium, most places.
shouting. Tech, where can people find you?
Tech Supreme on everything.
Dope. Ben, where can people find you?
OnlyFans.
Get soya.
Definitely OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
No,
I launched a new one called Fans Only. So bounties, real quick. The things we're watching, listening to, playing, or reading that we want to talk about. What did you encounter this week that you wanted to share, Tech?
Oh, cool. Manny Matheson had a new cookbook called Homestyle Cookery. Fucking amazing.
He's been talking about this all day.
It's so good, dude.
He's been sharing pictures of the food he's been making all week, and it's frustrating because it all looks so fucking good.
I did a meatloaf from another cookbook I bought this week from Sam the Cooking Guy in San Diego. He's amazing. He's a restaurateur. It was a meatloaf with like fucking a pound of spinach in it and chipotle glaze. It was insane. Amazing. I saw The Prestige for the first time today in your boy's life. It's so fucking good, dude.
That ending though. And the great thing about The Prestige, this is why I want to talk about bounties. It was literally because I saw this movie. Sure.
It's because like they laid out the whole thing in front of you.
The whole movie's about doing magic tricks, and the way to do magic tricks is to show people exactly what you're doing, but make them not see it. And so the whole movie does that.
The whole movie is like, yo, this is the movie, but you're so dumb, you're not gonna get it. Like it's so good.
That's Christopher Nolan movies largely.
Yeah, dude, it was so good. I love The Prestige, and I'm so glad you guys talked me into watching it, making sure I watched it.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I remember reading an article that sold me on it that said that Christopher Nolan made a movie about magic that is itself a magic trick. Like it runs through the the Prestige,
in the beginning,
all of that. He tells you what a magic trick is, and then makes a movie that is the fucking magic trick.
He tells you a magic show is in 3 acts, and does the 3 acts.
It's great. It's great. And he did this before. He did this before Interstellar. He did this before Inception. He did this before this is
literally on brand with who Christopher Nolan's, like him and his brother style of making movies is. It's on brand. It is the foundation of the brand. It is not as grandiose and visually unnecessary like a lot of like Interstellar, and not necessary, but like visually over the top, like Interstellar.
Sure.
Like what's the other one with Inception?
Yeah.
And even Batman, like it's none of that over.
No, this is like Memento Nolan. This is Memento Nolan. This is gonna get just the bare minimum. Yeah.
And then when Shorty was like, I don't know who's like one day you say you love me and you mean it, and one day you don't. That's the hardest thing I've ever heard in my life. The concept of that is the hardest thing I've ever heard.
And then you find out later why she felt
exactly
that.
Why.
You're like, oh shit, fuck,
holy fuck,
this makes so much sense. It's so good.
It's so good. So good.
And David Bowie as Tesla. Come on.
And you know what's funny is I didn't recognize. I was like, I know that face, but I don't know who it is. And then looked. Of course, at the end of the movie, I was like, okay, who's in it? Fucking David Bowie.
Fucking David Bowie. It's Nikola Tesla. It's great. The movie's great. If you haven't seen The Prestige, go see it. It's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman as opposing magicians trying to master the disappearing act.
And even the fact that Tesla was battling Edison, which is like Tesla is a real person, right? Who was working with electricity, and Thomas Edison, as we all know. Like even that subplot is a metaphor for the whole movie.
Yep.
Because battling.
Like Edison stole from Tesla when Tesla figured it out, and that's what. God, this movie's so fucking good.
So good. I literally brought up this whole like, oh, we didn't talk about our bounties. Let's not gonna talk about The Prestige.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's cool. That's awesome. I'm glad you finally got to watch it.
And I want to watch it again.
Sure. Yeah.
I think me and Ben were living together when I first started like standing Nolan, and I tried to watch it, and it was just so slow that it was like my mind wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
Sure. You had to like get more into what Nolan did to be like, oh
Yeah, like
he's
all right.
gonna
So
tell a
I woke
story, so
up.
take some
I
time.
woke up
man.
at like 5:30 this morning, and I started watching it at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to stop working, and I moved over to my couch so I can enjoy, like, so I can really watch this
Yep.
movie. Like it was
Yep.
this. It didn't deserve on the side screen.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's great.
yeah.
That's great. Well, I haven't done anything fun new this week, but try and get through Watch Dogs, so I don't have any bounties to share. Ben, do you have anything?
No, I lost my life in my work this week.
Yeah, you did.
So,
You did.
yeah.
Ryan, anything?
Mandalorian, just keeping up to date on that
oh,
because that's
dude.
getting good.
Oh,
So
Mando's
great.
real good.
Getting
Mando's
so
real
good.
good.
This
I read
last
an
episode-
article with Sasha Banks where she like talked about working on the episode she was in, and that was really cool, but also made me really sad because she said she was in one episode.
But they're setting literally the official rumor is they're setting off a spinoff of them
Of the Death
with
Watch?
Katie. Yeah, with Katie Sackhoff,
Mhm.
Sasha Banks, because like this like deep diving into like the history, and I
Mhm.
also started watching Clone Wars. I'm
Nice.
five episodes in on the Clone Wars.
Badass.
The
Yeah,
Bo-Katan character.
Death Watch, Bo-Katan, and Ahsoka Tano haven't always been the best friends.
I'm sure. I can't wait to see it. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing that Katie was the actual voice of Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
And then like when you see the pictures, now
It makes
2020,
sense.
not knowing any history of it, you see the picture of the Clone Wars Bo-Katan, and then you see Katie Sackhoff take off her helmet. It makes so much fucking sense. It's insane how much sense it makes. It's almost like when Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like you were made to do this. Like
Oh yeah,
you're
you
like
found your
that
role.
person.
Yeah, Steve Rogers and Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I thought that was super dope, and I'm super excited about the spinoff that's possibly in the works. Hopefully it comes to fruition. But The Mandalorian is one of I will say is the most entertaining Star Wars visually I've seen in my life.
It's great.
Fight
It's
me on
great.
it.
It's great. And
Don't
if they
Ben, don't at me, combat me.
if they don't spin them off directly, just replace Gina Carano. She sucks.
Canceled.
Anyway, Ben, fun fact. You find it? You got it?
I got it.
All right. Play it for us.
Smurfax, oh yeah.
I have two for you.
Uh-oh.
Stark contrast.
Stark contrast, he says.
Lidio Valdez, an archaeologist from the Institute of Andean Studies, made a surprising discovery in Peru when he came across 100 dead guinea pigs that had been sacrificed by the Incan people during the 16th century. The rodents, which isn't funny yet, which had been clearly a part of some ritual, were adorned with earrings and necklaces made of colorful string. Some were even wrapped in cotton rugs like a sushi roll.
Who wrote this?
He said, "Who wrote this?"
Who wrote this?
Isn't that cute? All right, and
That's fucking weird. Mummified guinea pigs.
yeah, and then the follow up, Hitler had a flatulence problem. Good night, everybody.
The fart and fury.
Wait, he had a second. He had a second
farting-
gas problem.
Oh,
You can cut that.
Tech just turns its camera.
Tech can't turn it off. He can't. Where's the button at? Where's the fuck is the button at?
I'm dying.
I just gotta block it, dude. Like paparazzi. I gotta block it like paparazzi on that one,
Oh
dude.
my
Like,
god. I want to ask so many questions.
I hate myself. I didn't say it. I didn't even say it, and I hate myself.
I've done that quite frequently here this past couple weeks.
Well, everybody, that's our show.
That's our show.
That's our show.
I'm clipping that and putting it on Twitter.
Buzzing.
Either we're gonna get canceled or popping.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh man.
Yeah,
that
just
was...
put my name on it, not anybody else's. Okay.
We lost
I don't
a-
want to take. I don't want to take you guys down with me.
Oh, we lost one viewer. That's it. So we're good. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will be back next week. Are we doing a Nerdy Bit show this week?
Well, Thanksgiving's Thursday, right?
Well, we didn't do it
Next
last
Thursday.
Not tomorrow though.
I'm talking about next week.
We're
Oh,
doing
is it?
a Nerdy Bit show.
Oh,
this week.
Nerdy Bits show. Yeah, we have to. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do a Nerdy Bit show tomorrow night. Those start at 9:00. I will be streaming
Our
again.
Japan episode.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Japanese fun shit.
I feel like so out of water on this one.
That's okay. We
Dude,
need
you
that.
need to grind Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just the whole day. Just play the whole game.
Fuck my company and work and money. Ghost
Yeah,
of Tsushima tomorrow.
career? Nah, Ghost of Tsushima? Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put on themed content during your workday.
I could.
Drunken master.
Which is honestly that's the adult answer to
Yeah.
like how do you catch up? Is
Yep.
that
Yep. You throw
Problem
some,
is, you won't be able to listen because it'll all be in subtitles.
That's true.
Right?
or poorly dubbed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can catch that tomorrow night at 9:00. 9:00 ish. I will be streaming again on Friday, probably more Assassin's Creed Valhalla and maybe some Apex because it's fucking Fridays. And then you can catch this show on Fridays, and we'll be back next week. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Play more games because if you never did, you should. These things are fun, and fun is good. And we'll see you next time.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Peace.